I just had a bird right in the window, like exactly where I gotta look out. Hey, that's good luck. You guys doing in here? Cub. 10-4, what's wrong with it? 3 o'clock to the right. Shoot, I can't get off right here. If I can't track. I know we gotta try something here, Ryan. Run the f***ing top just for me.
Got to be a fun track to race when everything is going just right, and isn't the most frustrating track to race when it's not.
Correct. I love it when the crew chiefs and spotters are like, the drivers saying, hey, this is the worst car I've ever driven. I wish they just run the top. What do you mean just run the top? It won't even drive on the bottom. It makes me so mad.
When it's loose, you're not going to see me on the top.
All right, the sweeper is out there, and there was a truck picking up debris up at turn number 4. Sun is back out here. Aerial coverage brought to you by Goodyear. Legends aren't born, they're proven. 112 laps to go.
Kevin, look at the groove on the racetrack. All the way up to the top. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was wild.
Well, and that's just the way that it goes here when that bottom runs out, and then all of a sudden those guys start hunting the top of the racetrack. Rubber's up. We've seen a lot of rubber go down on the top of the racetrack, and right now that middle is all cleaned up. But we watched Noah Gragson a couple restarts ago rip that top, but it wasn't quite as clean.
Now, this is going to get interesting because look at that 34 of Todd Gilliland who lines up outside of the 3rd row. He is up there because he took on only 2 tires. He was 12th before pit stops.
I think it's going to get interesting with this really hungry race car driver on the inside of the front row, too. Ty Gibbs going for his first win.
It's all going to come down to this restart zone and whether he can get those rear tires hooked up.
He's trying to roll to him a little bit.
Well, he did. He got a great restart right here. Blaney tried to check him up, and Ty Gibbs didn't go for it.
Here comes Larson, his outside.
Larson's going while he can. Look at him rip.
Yeah, it's super interesting that guys can make that rubbered up outside lane work so quickly, but Larson made it work right there again.
Gilliland and Logano working the top side.
Josh Berry right there got up into the wall off of turn 2.
Yep. Berry going to the back.
3 wide top, 3 wide top.
Yeah, and you see some smoke coming out of that right front tire. Not a very good day.
Joey Logano, interesting line. Look at how he drifts way up toward the wall, and that has him really wound up for the run down the back straightaway, and he gains a car length on Gibbs going into 3.
Yeah, and a lot of times as this top lane rubbers up, especially through 1 and 2, I talked about it earlier, but those bumps in the middle of the corner, they'll actually get rubbered up, and you'll drive in a little bit straighter, try to drive up to them. He didn't go as high that time, but he exited a little bit lower, and that gets you below that bump off of turn 2. So you can go below it or above it, off the corner, and in the middle, you can try to go above that bump. So it just depends on where your car is.
14 cars finished on the lead lap today.
That cut Blaney's lead from almost 2 seconds in half.
Well, think about this, guys. When this car qualified yesterday, you opened the show with this, Mike. His first lap as we go on board with Ryan Blaney.
Second, and last year's champion.
Oh, man.
Police car.
That is all but wrecked. But the thing that you talked about, his first qualifying lap, sideways, made it work the second lap. Clint, you talked about the back of that car moving around and him starting to struggle with it, and then bam, that moment happens right there.
Well,
That
Larry,
moment almost made my trends come to fruition. But I have caught an audible. I'm not going to tell you about Bristol trends. I looked at the first 7 races of 2026, Daytona to Martinsville. We've had 1 overtime. That was at Echo Park Speedway in Atlanta. But the average of the last caution, 39 laps to go, that would be lap 461 here at Bristol today, which is about 2 laps from now.
2 laps from now, okay.
I like your trends, but I like what I'm seeing out of Gibbs. Here's your opportunity, kid. Go to the whip. Run him down.
Yeah, you lost a half a second on
Blood in the water.
the previous lap, and now he's having to go through that traffic that the 12 car Ryan Blaney is still only a second and a half back right here. As you see Blaney right up in front of him, stuck behind Daniel Suarez.
Same two cars that gave him fits when he almost wrecked.
Now listen to how much Ty Gibbs is out of the throttle on the entry right now.
Even down, Larson, everything front. This is all about finishing traffic. This is as easy as you can be.
Yeah, and right now the trick is lose as little time as possible, right? Like when you get to a lap car, if you can get to him just a couple tenths better than Ryan Blaney gets to him, then you're going to make up ground. But Blaney's struggling up there in front of him, Clint. You can see he's the next car on the bottom of the racetrack. So Ryan Blaney is not having success getting through that group of cars.
Ryan Blaney has not won a Cup race at Bristol on 2 occasions. He's